Hey guys, it's Scott from Scott to Grow Up Podcast. Welcome to another edition of Rewatch, Revisit, Review, our weekly video series where I rewatch a movie I haven't seen in a while, talk about my thoughts after rewatching it, then give you guys my review for that movie. So this week I'm going to be talking about Jurassic Park in honor of the new Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom coming to theaters in the next week or two. I don't have Incredibles, so that's why I was doing this one instead. But in honor of the next Jurassic World movie, I thought I'd rewatch this. We're also talking about it on the podcast this week, the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movies. So I thought it was a good time to rewatch and revisit and then review Jurassic Park. So that's what we're going to be doing today, guys. So let's just start with the rewatch. Alright guys, for those of you who are new to this video series, I'm just going to give you the quick IMDb plot summary for the movie, just in case you haven't seen it in a while, so you just have a quick idea about what the movie is about. But I mean, it's Jurassic Park, it's pretty straightforward. But anyways, the IMDb plot summary says, huge, I ain't no Donald Trump. Huge advancements in scientific technology have enabled a Mongol, weird choice of words, to create an island full of living dinosaurs. John Hammond, that I guess is the Mongol, has invited 4 individuals along with his 2 grandchildren to join him at Jurassic Park. That's the dinosaur island. But will everything go according to plan? Question mark. A park employee attempts to steal dinosaur embryos. Critical security systems are shut down, and it now becomes a race for survival, with dinosaurs roaming freely over the island. So that's the IMDb plot summary for you guys, just so you know what Jurassic Park's about. But I mean, who doesn't? This is 25 years old now. This came out the year I was born. And so it's been out for a while. And I think it's generally considered a modern classic, one of those modern classics, the best dinosaur movie we've ever gotten, in my opinion, and most people's opinion, I'd guess. I can't really know that for sure. But in general, my thoughts about rewatching this was, it's been a while, like, to be honest. I was never the biggest Jurassic Park fan. I'm not that into dinosaurs. Like, I wasn't that kid who played with dinosaurs when I was younger. I was more into, like, superheroes and space stuff, hence why we got the Batman, Star Wars stuff. I'm not as big into dinosaurs, hence no dinosaur posters, but rewatching this was alright, actually. I rewatched it on my brother's DVD box set. He's got the original 3 in a Jurassic Park Adventure Pack, which I thought was a pretty cool name for it. I like when they come up with clever marketing names like that. I appreciate that. I work in marketing. Anyways, so I rewatched it on those DVDs because also it's not available on Netflix here in Canada at the moment. I have this theory that they always take off, like, the previous movies when a sequel's being released in theaters off of Netflix, so that people are forced to rent and or buy those on DVD. I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain that that's a thing. I don't know for sure though, because I don't work for Netflix or any movie companies. Anyways guys, let's just move on to my thoughts after revisiting it. Alright guys, so my thoughts after revisiting Jurassic Park is, as I said before, I like this movie a lot more now. Like, it's strange because I spent most of my life always kind of being that guy who was like, Jurassic Park, whatever. Like, when they rebooted it and Jurassic World came out, I was like, whatever, I'll wait for it on DVD. And I probably didn't. I think I still saw it in theaters. But my point is that I've never been the biggest dino fan, the biggest Jurassic Park fan. But after rewatching this, I kind of grew with a little bit of an appreciation for the fact why this is a modern classic and why so many people enjoy this. I was able to, like, pick up on things a lot more than I ever really can realize before. Like, there were so many things story-wise and background to the story-wise, like why we have the 2 main characters being brought to Jurassic Park and all the different things, what Jeff Goldblum's character's there for. Obviously, I still am not good with any of the names. I probably should have wrote those down. But my point is that I really, after revisiting this, I get why people like it, and I get why this got rebooted, and I appreciate this movie a lot more now because I see the different things. I think this is one thing I've noticed more as I grow older and older into my old age. I've got a couple grays somewhere hidden. Anyways, the point is that as I grow older and I revisit more of these films that I remember watching when I was a lot younger, I pick up on more things that I never picked up on when I was younger. Like, in my memory, this movie is a dinosaur movie, and that's it, right? But after revisiting it, I have, like, you see that there's actually more than just the dinosaurs to it. There's more than just, oh yeah, dinosaurs, and they're trying not to get eaten by dinosaurs. There's more to it. They have moral implications of, should you be making dinosaurs? They have this like conflict almost between the different characters in the story, because the guy who John Hammond, the guy who like runs the park's like, yeah, who doesn't want to hang out with dinosaurs? But all the scientists who he thinks would agree with him are all like, no, we shouldn't. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. And I thought that was a really cool element that I just completely missed when I watched this growing up. And like, I can't even tell you when I actually rewatched this last, or when was the last time I watched this movie, just because in my mind I thought I knew what this movie was about and all of it. And I was kind of wrong, to be honest. And so after revisiting it, it was really pleasant, kind of a pleasant, enjoyable experience to like be shocked that I had such a wrong opinion about this movie. And it was just because I had never paid enough attention to this movie, because it can kind of come off as this like flashy, just big dinosaur one. I feel like the new ones, the two Jurassic Worlds, are a little bit more that fashion. Like the Jurassic Worlds are exactly the way I kind of remember Jurassic Park in my mind. And after rewatching Jurassic Park, I realized no. Jurassic. There's a reason that this movie has so many sequels made from it. It's because this movie was such a well-made, well-designed, well-shot film, and I've grown a real appreciation for it now that I've revisited it. So what other point? Yeah, so overall it was an enjoyable rewatch. It's felt like way too long since I rewatched it last. Maybe it was, sorry guys, my notes got me distracted. They're terrible notes. I should have written more. Anyways, guys, we're just going to be moving on to the review section now. So guys, as I do for each review, I'm going to give you guys the critics and audience rating first, and I'll give you my personal rating after that. So the critics and audience rating that's on IMDb was an 8.1 out of 10, so that's a pretty good rating. Then we go over to Rotten Tomatoes, and we see the critics given a 92% on the tomato meter with an 8.3 out of 10 average score, and audience is given a 91% onto the tomato meter with a 7.2 out of 10 average score. And then we check out Metacritic, and we see that it has a 68 on Metacritic. So overall, this movie is pretty well liked, Metacritic being the lowest of the scoring. But overall, it gets really high marks, a 92 and a 91 on the tomato meter for critics and audiences. Always a good indicator of an enjoyable movie that most people will enjoy. Obviously, not everyone enjoys every movie, but that's a good indicator for this movie. Obviously, it's a modern classic. It's been over 25 years. I'm not telling anything you don't really know, but for those you don't really know, there you go. But my personal rating for it now is a 1.5 thumbs up. It's not quite a 2 thumbs up for me. Again, it doesn't have superheroes or space, so it's hard to get up in those two, unless you got one of those or some sci-fi. I'm biased like that. Anyways, 1.5 is still pretty good. That's my second highest rating. Before rewatching this, I probably just would have given it a 1 thumb up, to be honest. But after revisiting it, like I said during the visit section, I have grown a new appreciation for this movie because of the way it was written, how well the actors play these characters and bring them to life. Like, they're so believable. Like, I believe them in each of these roles, and I believe their moral stance, each of their like moral argument about, should we make dinosaurs? Should we allow this to happen? Should we be interacting with these creatures from millions and millions of years ago that we never interacted with? Like, should we go against nature in that sense? Science versus nature. I really like that part of it, and I like that I picked up on it in this rewatch. So that's why it's given a 1.5 thumbs up. Like I said, the use of suspense in the opening scene was something I just really enjoyed, and I never really picked up on because I never like analyzed movies as much before when I was younger. Now, with me making videos, I have to pay attention a lot more, and I like that because I notice things. And so with the opening scene of this movie, it uses suspense and tension to like tease the violence and the danger of the raptors and potentially other dinosaurs like the T-Rex, just by giving us this like short little opener where we see this dude get eaten by one, or partly eaten, but we never see the raptor itself. That's the best part I liked about this opening scene, is you don't see a dinosaur. You just kind of like get an eye glimpse. You get hints at it, but it doesn't show it yet. It doesn't give it all away in the first seconds, which I think is a symptom of movies nowadays. They'll just give you that right away to try and get you hooked. But this one, I felt does a better job of hooking you with suspense and being like, oh, I want to see what was in there. I want to see what those raptors are going to do, what they're going to look like. And I thought it did a great job in that first few minutes of just getting you hooked. So next on to my favorite part, guys, is I like the characters, except the kids. I hate kids. No, that's not true. I hate kids in most movies, to be honest, though, so it's in their defense. It's not just them. I usually just hate the way they react. I never believe any children in most movies, particularly these kids in all these Jurassic Park movies. I'm like, no, kid, that's not how you... Stop. Maybe I'm remembering myself as a child a lot more rational than I was, but these kids are crazy. That's why I can't deal with kids. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my favorite part, which is the characters minus the kids. The kids were fine in this one. They weren't terrible. They were just a little annoying. But the rest of the characters I thought were just so well written, so well acted, so well, like, had such great, like, backstories to them that, like, built into their motivations, that kind of made it believable the way they would interact with one another, the little one-liners that they dropped to give you, like, little hints into, like, where these people come from and their backgrounds and how, like, the different beliefs they have. And I just really like that. Just a great cast and great characters, and that was definitely my favorite part about it. Except there was one little thing which maybe I just missed out on, but I'm curious of what's happening, which was why was Newman's character so poor? Like, the guy who was trying to steal the embryos, like, they bring up his money issues a couple times in this, and I get, you know, wanting to steal to make $1 million. I got that part, but he seemed like really desperate for wanting. They also mentioned, like, he asked for a raise and they want to give it to him, and I just want to know why he's so desperate for money. Is it gambling? It's something. Did I miss it? Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you know the reason why he needed the money so badly, and or is it just he just was a greedy guy? I'm just curious about that. That was the one character I was like, I could have used a little more about. But I'm just a curious cat like that. But anyways, guys, we're just on to the last part of the review section, which is the recommendation, which is obviously, seems like redundant for me to say whether I recommend it or not. This is, like I said, considered a modern classic. You look at the critics and audience scores across the 3 different critics ones I checked. You can check out different ones too, obviously. But for the most part, this movie's really high rated amongst all, like, critics and audiences alike. But obviously, it's not every movie's for everybody. But I feel like this movie's just straightforward, kind of like enjoyable 2-hour movie. But I feel like it appeals to most audiences, unless you have a problem with dinosaurs, which can be understandable. They're giant, man-eating, lizard-looking guys, and they're technically birds, but that doesn't make it better. I don't like birds either. The point is, I can understand why if you have a problem with dinosaurs, and if you do, then obviously you won't like these movies, and you probably wouldn't have watched this video anyways. But if you made it this far in the video, you're probably somebody who likes dinosaur movies and enjoys good movies, and you'd probably like this, or you've already seen it, and this is just redundant, like I said. Nonetheless, I'm just gonna say I would recommend this to movie buffs, dinosaur lovers, families, and anybody who just wants an enjoyable 2-hour movie that has dinosaurs. You have to put that asterisk in there. It does have dinosaurs. But thanks for joining me over this week, guys. That's the end of this video. That's why I said thanks for watching this week, guys. But thanks for joining me. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Jurassic Park, and let me know if you're guys going to be seeing Jurassic World when it drops, Fallen Kingdom when it comes out. Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for the 3rd time for watching today. Have a good one.